It can be. So I use a mentor to help me with my blog writing and publicity and building my profile. And today was our monthly mentoring session. I've got a very early draft of a blog which has been motivated by the number of redundancies I'm seeing of very capable learning and development professionals, and the question around people not seeing, or leaders who are making these decisions about redundancies and letting good people go in learning. Are they not seeing the value, and what is the value, and looking to position an argument with them around how learning and development professionals can help them to prepare for the future, and being careful about getting rid of them, that they might certainly miss them when they're gone. So I need to do a lot more work on the future state. I've basically just gotten down the rant, the what's really bugging me at the moment. So good input from Katie and good support with the accountability around this piece. Nicest weather we've had so far. This is a view looking out the balcony, about 17 kilometres from Byron Bay,
Yo, we out here! We doing things! We got money!
And we're off to a waterfall for a walk and hopefully a swim. So we've reached the pathway to Killen Falls, half-hour drive from our accommodation. It's quite muddy underfoot, but we've just seen other people who've been swimming, which is on Jess's bucket list, to swim under a waterfall, so it's a bucket list day. We found the falls! Oh, it's a bit of a scramble now down the track. We're going down to see if we can get underneath the waterfall, having to be very careful. We've had to come along this rocky bank, doubling back. It's nicer from down here, I think. I've been under the waterfall. I'm in my happy place. I love it out here. Stopped in Bangalore for a cup of coffee. This is such a nice little outdoor area. There's some art studios up the back, a few little stores, raised garden beds. It's lovely. It's a really nice little town, Bangalore. So back at the Airbnb where I'm staying this week in a little studio apartment as part of my year of travelling around the east coast of Australia. Very lovely, well-appointed little studio apartment. Had a shower and it's time to do a little work. I've got two projects I'm working on at the moment. One is a podcast and the other is the performance partnering workshops I'm running with Arun Pradhan, and that's what I need to work on. I'm handling the venue bookings, and basically I stuffed up on our Brisbane venue booking and I didn't confirm it soon enough, and they can't provide us with a suitable room. So I'm now searching around for an alternative venue. 17th of May, so 17 days away is that session. So that's what I'll be working on now. So for anyone thinking of running a public workshop, anyone in learning and development, do not underestimate the amount of time you're going to end up putting into administration, logistics and marketing. It's been a huge effort to promote the workshops and get ticket sales up, get participants into the workshops so we can maximise the contribution we're going to make through the workshop. All is well that ends well. I've managed to confirm a booking with Carstens in Brisbane for the workshop, and it's cheaper than the original booking at Clifton. So I think a win-win all round. So I've got a big spreadsheet I'm maintaining to do all the administration for the workshop. So looking at each of the workshops and tracking total bookings. We're up to 90 bookings all up across the 5 locations, which is good. Melbourne's already been held. We had 36 for Melbourne. We've only got 5 tickets left for Sydney. Brisbane, which is our next session, is still looking a bit light on, only 7. So big push on the Brisbane marketing at the moment. Adelaide, which isn't until about 6 weeks' time, only 14, but I think we'll boost that. We'll still run both Adelaide and Brisbane. But Canberra, with only 2, is looking a bit tentative, shall we say. I won't show all the details because there's people's names and addresses and so on in here, but we've basically got a tab for each workshop venue, And I keep a track of the list of the participants, any dietary requirements, and then there's a couple of pieces of administration I do. When someone registers, I send them a welcome email, and I also set them up on a Slack forum. So I've got a template I use for the welcome email. Using a Slack group as an additional support mechanism to help people get more value out of the workshops. You see, we've got a number of channels set up here. Announcements, which is for Arun and I to communicate. Administrative kind of details to people, like this change of event venue. I'll send emails out as well. Ask Us Anything for participants to let us know about any questions they have. Introductions, obvious what the purpose of that is. Participant updates, where I invite people to share what they're doing to apply the content of the workshop and the skills. And then finally a resources page where we share additional resources. So you can see we've got a number of resources shared in here, and I'm about to add another one.
You that are going to come and play with us. If you are going to take part in the challenge, appreciate it if you could please fill out the pre-challenge survey. There's a link in the comments below. I've got a few questions I'm asking people so that we can kind of get a sense of where everybody's at this stage in their journey, and then see where you're at in 30 days time.
So I've decided to join Karen's LD Vid 30 campaign for the month of May, but rather than create an extra task for myself, what I'm going to do is actually share my Snapchat videos, my daily Snapstory, and I'm going to do it on Twitter rather than on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, to me, there's still kind of this sense of it being a little more professional in what you share, and I'm just not ready to share my Snap stories, which largely are a personal video log, a vlog. I'm not ready to share them on LinkedIn, but I think Twitter is an appropriate forum. As you can see, they're a mix of personal and professional. And my purpose is just to get more comfortable with sharing more of myself via video, and to see who might be interested in some of the things I'm doing.